Hi everyone. I wanted to do a short video to share with you some information about class. The first thing that I want to touch on is to say that your discussion forums have looked really great. It's good to see some good interaction between each other as you read what the other person has posted. The one thing that I've noticed some difficulty that has happened a bit each week, mostly week one, but that's with the weekly artifacts. And the reason there's still a little bit of confusion, I think, is because of all of the tools that you can use and how it meets the rubric. So I just want to go over those instructions with you. You use that digital artifact tool, and you use that to respond to the readings. And within those, the artifact types are the summary of the most important points, making use of academic language, defining important terms, discussing issues and trends, and making application as your role as an educator. Now, these are actually rubric elements of your artifact. So, when you choose your artifact, whether it be a pictochart or MoveNote or YouTube or Prezi or writing chapter summaries, you need to make sure that you focus on all four of these sections. Some of these things lend themselves much easier to that than others. For example, when you're writing a summary, it's easy just to kind of divide it up into those four sections and make sure that you're hitting on each of them. When you're using a pictochart or a MoveNote or a word cloud, something that's usually a little more succinct, it's more difficult to have everything included in it. You can, as a matter of fact, my thought would be, if you're going to do that, then you will branch off sections. You will branch off sections of the word cloud so that it actually follows those 4 points. You don't have to do it that way, but it's a real easy way to make sure that you know you're covering all the elements of the rubric. I have seen some amazing work that you guys have put through that I've needed to ask for more input on or to have it added to because of not having all of the rubric elements. And I want to make sure that you get credit for your hard work. So remember that and think about that. If you're not finding a way to add it easily within the MoveNote or the word cloud, whatever you choose to use, you can just at the bottom of that particular JPEG or whatever it is that you're using, you can just put a paragraph or two to touch onto the things that you don't have totally covered as part of the rubric elements that you see right here. If anybody has any other questions about that, please don't hesitate to email me or send me a question. Okay, so the next thing that I want to spend a little time talking about is due at the end of week 5 is our observe, record, and assess assignment. The assignment has 5 videos, observations that you're going to be doing, and then 5 questions that are covered within those videos. So I'm going to get down to the rubric that we're using for that. Actually, I think it's up at the top under student resources. Right here under Education Department resources for ours. So the observe, record, and assess rubric looks like this. This is what I'll use when I score your actual assignment. It has rubric elements going across the left, down the page, and the 5 videos that you'll be watching and the total points you receive for each. So for the first elements all the way down to the final one, which is the completed observation instrument, it is a 0 or 3. You either included that or you didn't. If you didn't include it, it's a 0. If it's in there, it's 3. Same thing for name and description, answer to question posed by the observer, the rationale for choice of the instruments used, the reflections of the process, the data analysis of observation. either 0 not included, 3 included. The completed observation instrument is 0 not included and 5 included. This is something people tend to forget and want to just leave off if they're not keeping that rubric close at hand. So please make sure you do keep it close at hand and that you have all of these things in there. Now everything is going to have to be put into one document. So if you need to scan that, make sure you put everything in that one document to get it submitted. Okay. So there's the rubric. And then I want to look at the, so we talked about these 5 things. We just went over those on the rubric. It's 5 different videos. And your format is going to be an MS Word. Like I said, you need to attach and scan everything there that you need so that one document is submitted on Moodle. And this is just an example of the format of what your observation report could look like. So you could take a few moments and read through that if you might find that helpful. Now, right underneath the Observe, Record, and Assess assignments, you're going to see the Results Matter video library. So you'll be bringing the library up, and you will go through what you need to go through to get, to be able to pull them up to use. And you will view each video. This one happens to be Gabby, a toddler. Oops, you heard my dog. He must have stepped on something to hurt his foot. Anyway, so you'll see those come up and you will follow through everything as they go through. So that's where you're going to find the video for those. And the rubric again is right here as well. So if you have any questions about that, please don't hesitate to let me know. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but I want to make sure that if you are ready to get started on that final assignment, you have time. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I look forward to talking with you soon.